Welcome everybody. This is the second edition of this EPALE Corner webinar, where we hope to give you some insights and some help for using the EPALE platform at its best. So I will tell you what the menu of today, what is the agenda. So we will start talking about the partner search functionality, and we will explain to you how to make the most of it out of this feature for establishing partnership across Europe. And then we will talk about content creation, both from a technical point of view, how to do this on EPALE, and also from a content point of view, which are are the content guidelines for publishing on EPALE. And then after these two topics that were also the most requested when you registered, we will have a question and answer session where you will be able to ask to us anything you would like to know more about EPALE. Okay. Another thing is that we will present the partner search, the content functionality, but of course you can also raise your hand or write in the chat if something is not clear, or if you want that we address some specific aspect of what we are presenting. Okay, so don't be shy. We are here to have an exchange, not only to explain to you how things work on a panel. So before starting, I would like to launch a quick poll to see, to break the ice. Okay, so I will launch a poll. You will see it on Teams, and you will be able to reply. So the first question is, where are you from? So type the name of your country. Are you able to see the poll?
It's a poll, sorry. Where is the poll?
It is in the chat.
The chat, okay. Let me see, what is the poll chat?
So the question are, where are you from? Then we would like to know if you attended the previous EPALE Corner webinar to see if there are new people or if you came back. Then we would like to know if you have an EPALE account, and if you ever added content on EPALE, and also if you already used the EPALE search functionality.
I can't type. Okay.
Okay, so I think most of you already replied, so I would like to share the results. Okay, so let's have a look at the results. So I see that there is a majority of people from Greece. That is great, but we have also people from all over Europe, like France, Portugal, Germany, Belgium, Slovakia, Slovenia, Ireland. So many people from different countries. That is great. So I see also that most of you 92% didn't participate in the previous edition. That's good. So we will not repeat. We will not repeat things that have been done in the previous edition. Most of you, 79%, has an EPALE account. So this is good because at least you are somehow familiar with the EPALE. For what concerns half of you already created content on EPALE, and half of you not, and we will have the chance to see how to publish content on EPALE. And most of you still didn't use the partner search functionality. And so we will start exactly with this topic. Okay, so I will share my screen, and I will tell you briefly what is the partner search tool. Okay, so basically the partner search tool is designed to build partnership across Europe. So you can establish project partnership with organization throughout the European Union. Okay, just to give you an idea, currently on EPALE there are more than 6,000 organizations listed on EPALE. So we have organizations from all over Europe published by the EPALE user that are actually, looking for a partner for project. And this tool is specifically designed, to find potential partner for Erasmus Plus mobility or cooperation projects. So basically, KA1 and K2 Erasmus Plus project, but not only. You can also find partnership also for establishing connection also outside Erasmus Plus project. And then briefly we will show you how this work. But basically, you can use a search tool to browse the partnership announcement made by a EPALE user on behalf of the organization. So you can look what the EPALE user are looking for, and if you think you can match their expectations, you can get in contact with them. Just to give you an idea, each year we EPALE user publish around 1,000 partnership announcements each year. So there are many, EPALE user and organizations that are looking for establishing partnership. And if you, when you look for a partner, if you don't find the partner that you are actually looking for, you can publish your own announcement, describe them the partner that you are seeking in order to establish a connection. But probably now I will actually, we will see this in practice. Okay, so I will now share with you the EPALE website. Okay, so we are on the home page of of EPALE, and to find the partner search functionality, you will need to use the home page menu and go into the collaborate part of the menu and look for partner search. Okay, so you click here on partner search, and you will basically see 3 boxes, and we will go through each of them. The first 2 boxes are, for creating first your organization and then your partner funding announcement. But let's start with the let's say the most easy part. So let's go to see which are the partner finding announcement that are already published on EPALE. So you can click here on search announcement, and you will see the full list of EPALE members and their related organization that are actually looking, for a partnership. For instance, we have an organization and the partnership here are listed from the most recent to the older one. Okay, so for instance, you can look an organization from Portugal looking for a job shadowing. From Spain there is a request for an Erasmus KA mobility project. Okay, then for instance, let's click on one of these requests, and then you will see, all the details about the type of partnership this organization and this partner member is looking for. And if you are interested, in that case, the EPALE members put also, the email address that you can use for contact this for partnership. And then below you have also some specific details like, the type of project funding they are looking for a partnership, the validity of the so the time frame where the validity of this request is valid. This is the organization in that case, and this is the contact of the member of this organization. So in that case, you can use this email. But when you don't find an email in the text, you can simply click on the contact. You will be redirected to the profile of this EPALE member, and through the send message button, you can directly send a message to this person saying that you are interested, and this message will arrive directly to the email address of this EPALE member, and then you can then establish a connection and see if you can find a possibility to collaborate. I will come back again here on the search announcement functionalities, because I would like to also to show to you that you can actually narrow the results of your search and to look for possible partnership that are related to your interests. So if you are looking for a partner in a specific country, you can select it. For instance, you can select Italy. And Matilde, sorry, can you mute the participant? Thank you. Then you can also select you can also select, the type of funding framework. For instance, maybe you are interested in an Erasmus Plus mobility activities, so you can select this one. And automatically, the list is narrowed to the results that are. Oops, sorry, I came back. That are, people that are looking for a partner in Italy. So if you are Italian, you selected people that are looking also for a partner in Italy and that are interested in the Erasmus Plus mobility activities. Okay. Then there are also other options. For instance, also the type of organization you can narrow further the research, or and also the thematic areas, or actually also specific topics. Let's say that you are looking for something related to digital skills. You see that the results are further shortened to, in that case, so you will see organizations that are looking for a partner in Italy for a K Action 1 mobility project related to digital skills. Okay, so in that way you can see all the opportunities, and then you can contact the people that publish this announcement to look for and then establish a connection. But in case you don't find anything that suits you, you can also publish your own requests. So I will give the floor to Matilde, and Matilde will show to you how to create your own partner request. So Matilde, the floor is yours.
Hi, hi everybody. Can you hear me? Guido, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can
Okay.
hear you well.
Okay, cool. So let me share my screen. Can you also see my screen now?
Yes.
Great. So from the EPALE homepage, as Guido already told you, you need to go to collaborate, then partner search. So the first thing you need to do before publish a partner finding announcement is to register your organization in EPALE. So the first thing you need to click on add your organization in this box. Here is the form for the register your organization, and the first two things you find here are the organization ID, the identification number used in Erasmus Plus, and the accreditation code. But those two fields are not mandatory, and we always suggest to users to skip these two fields because the Erasmus Plus database doesn't always match our database in EPALE. So it's best to skip them also because they're not mandatory and going directly to the first mandatory field, that is organization name. So you can put your organization name. Then you have to select the country where your organization is based from the drop-down menu. Then here you can add your logo. You can click on Add Media, and you can choose your logo. Let's say is this one. You will have to put the name here of the image, also the alternative text, and also a title that could be the same as the name. And you have to confirm that this image is your own work. If it's not your own work, you can confirm that you hold the necessary rights or permission, and you will have to write down the source, the author, and if there's any modification going on in the image in order to save the image. Okay, so let's say that this image is my own work. I will click and flag here and also flag that I confirm that this content is my own creation, and then I can save the logo and insert selected. Okay, then let's say remove because it's problematic right now. Okay, so here you will have to put your organization contact email address. And then if you want, you can also put a short description, while the full description is displayed right here. And also here you can add images or tabs if you need, or links. And I mean, you can customize the whole description of your organization. Then you will have to choose your area of activities or interest. There's many here. And also you can insert manually other areas of activities. Once the form is completed, you can both save as a draft or save and submit. If you choose to save as a draft, it will be saved just for you. It's a personal draft that you will find on your dashboard in order to keep modifying, keep changing this content. Instead, if you click on Save and Submit, the content will be directly sent to your National Support Service that will review the content and approve it in like 1-2 working days, more or less. And of course, you will receive a confirmation when it will be published. So at this point, once your organization will be published by your National Support Service, you will be able to make a partner finding announcement from here. So let's go to post announcement. Also, I forgot to tell you, in this page, you will find also a tutorial on how to post an announcement if you need.
Matilde, sorry, before
Yeah?
you move to the partner search, we have a question by Anita.
Sure.
She is asking, does the organization register require approval by legal representatives, or it is informal for posting announcement? So yes, we can reply basically each content on EPALE need to be reviewed and approved by your national support service, but it is not it is just to verify that the content, for instance, are no spam content or are, follow the EPALE community guidelines, but you don't need an approval by the legal representative. It is basically we need to simply to check each content to see that there are, for instance, no malicious content, no spam content, but it's not an let's say an official approval. Okay, it's just a matter of reviewing the quality of the content. And also remember to click on save and submit, because if you just save it as draft, as Matilde was saying, the content will stay basically with your account. If you want it to actually to publish it, you need to click on save and submit, so the EPALE moderator will be able to see the content and review and approve it.
Okay. There's any other question, or can
Yes,
I?
yes, actually, yes. We have another question. Can one modify the description also after approval?
Yeah, I mean, when your you will always be able to edit your content, even if it's not already approved and published, or you can edit the content also when it's published. I mean, it's up to you. You will find. Let me see if I can. It's the same as blogs. I mean, when you are on the page of your organization, of your content, you will find, no, I cannot see from here. You will find like a menu where you can click on edit and make all the changes that you want. Every time you change something, you will need to click on save and submit, and the content will go through the review process again, because the moderator has to approve it, and then will be published also in 1-2 working days, more or less.
Okay, no other question at the moment.
Okay, so I will share again. So let's go back to partner search. So once your organization is published, you can go to post an announcement here. First thing, you need to select the type of your post. If it's an Erasmus Plus Mobility and Activities, KA1, or Erasmus Small Scale Partnership, KA2, and Erasmus Cooperation Partnership, KA2, or a virtual project or other kinds of project. Then enter the name of your organization. You will need to start typing here, and you will find your organization in the list. Let's choose this one for now. And automatically the field of the country will be automatically filled. I mean, yeah, it will be automatically filled because you already completed in the organization form. Then here you can find the contact field that is already pre-filled with the name of the person that create the announcement of this announcement. But if you like to insert other people, you can do that. You can like write a comma here and write down the name of the other person that you want to add. Like let's say I want to add Guido, my colleague Guido here. I can type his name and I will find him, and that's it. Here you need to write down your post title, the title of your partner search announcement. And from this drop-down menu, you will have to select the countries from which you would like to find partners. So you can choose more than one, of course. And the type of organization you wish to partner with. There's many here in the drop-down menu. And you can also choose if you want to work with participants with fewer opportunities. In this section, you will need, it's mandatory to insert a topic, a primary topic of your partner search announcement. And you can also add a secondary topic and so on. Then you will have a box that is called summary. Here you can write down a short teaser, a short description of the announcement. And in the big box, you will have to write down a description of what you are offering, what you're looking for. Of course, you can customize the description with images, links, etc. Then you will have to choose the language you would like to work with your partner in. You can also choose more than one, of course. Here in this section, you can upload a picture, but to be honest, it's a bit problematic and we are working on it with our technical team. So I suggest you to skip the picture section and go directly to the last section, in which you will have to put the starting day and the ending date of your partner search announcement. Once it's done, as I was telling you before, you have to choose between save as a draft and save and submit. If you want to go directly through the review process, just click on save and submit, and into 1 or 2 working days it will be published. Do you have any question about this second form?
Yes, Matilde, we actually have a question from Karina, which is not actually on the format, more in general. So basically, Karina is asking, she's saying that she's trying to post many courses, hoping partners will find us. So what is the benefit of posting that we are looking for a partner? And also, how specific do we have to be in terms of what kind of partner we are looking for? And how many partner posting are necessary? So let's address the first. Then, of course, Karina, if you want to also to speak and add something to your question, feel free. Just raise your hand and open your microphone. In any case, I will try to reply to your question. So what is the benefit of posting that you are looking for a partner? So you are saying that you are publishing many courses. So yes, indeed, if you are publishing many content, I guess on EPALE, people will see your content. But the request for partner is specific and can be tailored, especially if you are looking to put together, for instance, a consortium for participating in Erasmus Plus project. So, of course, people can see your content, your courses, and see what you are doing. But in that case, you can actually publish a request for partnership if you are actually trying to build up a specific project, especially if it is an Erasmus Plus project. So how specific, there is not a rule on how specific you need to do. It really depends on what you are looking for. For instance, if you are looking for a partner for an Erasmus Plus project related to mobility of adults, so a K1 project, you can specific this, and then people will find you. You can, also already specify to the people that are also looking for a partner what is the purpose of your post. You can also select specific topics. So it's basically, it's a tool that can facilitate organizations that are looking for other organizations to create a project together. Okay, and also how many partner posting are necessary? I mean, I will say that just one partner posting is okay. I will just put one partner posting for each project that you are trying to develop. It's not needed to post the same announcement for the same for the same things that you are looking for. Okay. We have also another question by Pneuma Italy. So can the same organization make several announcements at the same time to different publics or different projects? Yes. Okay, so I would avoid to publish the same announcement on the same topic, but if you are working on different project, looking for different type of pattern, of course you can post different announcement. Okay, you can actually publish as many announcement as you want, but I would do one announcement for, let's say, one project. It is accurate to say the partner search is more for K2 rather than K1. Karina, maybe if you want also to, because actually it's for both. It's both for K1 or for K2. You can, Matilda was showing to us that you can select which type of project you are working on, and there is one option for K1, so the mobility, two options for K2 because the K2 had two different type of project. But I would say that it's not more for K1 rather than K1. Okay, K2 rather than K1. Then I see another. I will read this out loud. So I'm part of an organization which got an Erasmus accreditation. I'm currently looking for partner for VET, VET. I have both adult and children from 15 years old mobility. Is EPALE exclusively reserved for adult mobilities, or am I able to find partner on EPALE for my VET schoolers? So yes, actually, it's EPALE, it's the electronic platform for adult learning in Europe. So it's, yes, you will mostly find people working in adult education. So probably it's more exclusive. Yes, I will not say that is exclusive, but yes, the focus are the project related to education of adults. Okay. And also, can organization be a school, for example, a kindergarten schools? So, as I was saying, it's mostly to organization that do the education of adults. Okay, so actually, probably kindergarten is a little bit out of the realm of EPALE. And so we have also a question about the accreditation code. So basically, the accreditation is not obtained through EPALE. Okay. Basically, yes, the Erasmus Plus accreditation works within the Erasmus Plus register. So if your organization is registered on the Erasmus Plus portal, you can also insert your code also on EPALE, just as a reference to demonstrate that you are also already registered in the Erasmus Plus portal. But it is actually not mandatory at all for EPALE. You can also avoid to put your accreditation, Erasmus Plus accreditation ID, also because I think Matilda already explained this, but not always the Erasmus Plus database and our database are communicating in real time. So also it could be that if you insert your accreditation number, our database is still not synchronized with this, so it is actually not mandatory. So for the purpose of EPALE, it's not that important. Okay, so I see also another question, but Matilde replied to this. So I think it's, if there are no other questions about this, we can move to the next topic. Okay, Karina. Okay, what link do we go to obtain the Erasmus Plus accreditation? I can look for it, but actually, I don't have it because maybe we did not present ourselves at the beginning. So me, Guido, Matilde, Flora, and Gianluca are part of the EPALE Central Support Service that actually is managing the EPALE platform for what concerns the moderation of EPALE members and the moderation of content, but we are not directly actually managing the Erasmus Plus. So yes, thanks a lot, Spela, for the link, because I was not having it at my end, because even if EPALE is part of the Erasmus family, we are not directly managing all the things related to Erasmus Plus accreditation and also sending project for Erasmus. So as I was saying, I will pass the floor now to Gianluca and to Flor that will talk about, no, I did a mistake. We will talk about content, but it will be first Matilde that will guide us to how to technically upload content on EPALE. Then Flor and Gianluca will talk more about the quality of the content and the guidelines that we have.
Yes, so I will share my screen again. Okay, so let's go back to our home page, and let's say we want to publish a blog post. So we go to contribute, then blog, and then there's the box add new post. So here is the form from which you can create a blog post. So the first thing you will see is the buttons that displays the contributor guidelines that my colleague will show you in a minute. So let's see the 4 steps. The first step it's the starting step in which you have to put the title of your post and then choose the language. We highly encourage to publish content in your national language, of course, so that local user can fully benefit from it. Then you click on next step. The second step is related to the visual, to the cover image that will be displayed at the beginning of your content, and you can add an image from here. Like I was telling you before in the organization form, you can choose an image and you will have to write the name, the alternative text, also the title, and you can choose between confirm that this is my own work and go directly also to confirm that this content is my own creation, or if it's not your work, you can confirm, of course, that you hold the necessary rights and write down the source and the author if you want. It's not mandatory. And if there's any modification or something that is edited on the image, you can confirm it here, and then you can save. Oh, yeah, missed something. And you can save the image, and then you can also click on Insert Selected. The next step, the third one, here you can write down a teaser, a brief overview of the content that you're publishing. That is between 50 and 160 characters. And here, there's the body text. You will also find the image that you uploaded before. You will find also here at the beginning, but you can of course, decided to keep it or not. It's up to you. Here you can write down your body text and also customize it with links or other images if you want. And then you can go to the final step, in which you will have to choose a primary theme of the post. Let's say there is a post about skills. You can also add secondary theme or other themes if you want. And here you can add extras, extra files that are audio files or document PDF files. And the last thing you need to flag is this box, the Erasmus Plus box. If your content is related somehow to an Erasmus Plus project, you have to flag this box. And in the end, of course, you need to save and submit the content if you want to go directly through the review process with your EPALE moderator, or you can save it as a draft and find it at any time in your dashboard in order to change it or do any kind of modification. I think that's it. Any questions?
Okay, I will go with the guidelines if there's no questions.
I don't know, Guido?
Sorry,
muted,
I was
Guido.
muted. Yes, yes. So we have actually a question from right now that from Mahmoud that is saying that he's trying to register the organization, and at the end he is clicking on submit, but it is still loading. So yes, that's because if it's loading, maybe it's also an internet connection problem, because it actually not it is maybe if you are also looking at this webinar and trying to do other things, maybe it's also but please let us know if it is still loading, or maybe try a little bit later, because usually when you click on save and submit it actually takes just a few seconds. Okay. Then we have also a question by, okay, still loading. Okay. Let's see. I will try to see in the backend if it is arrived, but I think that mostly because we were, just tested using the platform, and so maybe it's a matter of internet connection. We have also a question by Caroline saying that is there a printable guide, because when we'll be facing our screen.
I
Okay.
can reply to that, Guido, if you want.
Okay. So we can start addressing the contributors guideline. Okay, so I will reply in the chat. Thank you.
Yes.
So
thank you, Guido. Yes, Caroline, actually, suppose you're referring to the steps that Matilde was showing you earlier. You can download what we are going to show you now, that are the contributor guidelines, so you can download and print them if you wish, so that you have that when that's needed. So without further ado, I'll just share short presentation, and my colleague Flor and I will go through the steps that we created to help you create content on the platform. So that's what we call contributor guidelines, and the button that Matilde showed you earlier, named contributor guide, right at the beginning of any content that you are drafting, you will find this, so that if that's needed, it will help you create good content on the platform. Basically, this was the purpose for which we created these guidelines. So we wanted to create to help users create high quality content, following a few tips, so that this will the content creation from your side will contribute to the growth of the whole community, and also get more visibility on the EPALE itself. So, as I mentioned, there are several steps that can help you with this. The first one is a more general one that relates to values and principles. Basically, all EPALE content must adhere to the standards that ensure consistency and quality across the platform. So these are the ones that you see listed here: responsibility, respect, relevance, and politeness. If you wish to have more information, you can refer to the EPALE community guidelines that are linked in the contributor guidelines that I'm discussing now, but also you can find them on the platform clearly. Then an important step to start off drafting. Oh, sorry, I think I went to the next. Yeah, is the importance of writing a content with your reader in mind. EPALE serves a plethora of different categories and a whole professional community working across different aspects of adult learning and education. You see them listed here as the main target audience. So you have adult education, educators, trainers, researchers, policymakers, and community professionals. So whenever you are working and starting to work on a content, please keep this in mind so that the content that you're going to produce will be actually relevant and useful for the whole community and very target oriented. Then an aspect that also was shown earlier when drafting the content is the themes. The themes are basically key categories that we have created and that you are able to select to organize the platform's content. So basically, when you're drafting, you have primary themes and secondary themes. You are very much invited to use them as many as you can, because it actually helps you to make your content easier to find, because it tags it under a certain specific category. So whenever you are also looking for a specific topic, you can use them to navigate the platform. That's why they're very helpful. You do not need to shy away from them, but because they're a very useful tool that we implemented. And again, they in general organize the platform content under these categories. Speaking of themes and topics, every year EPALE changes what we call thematic focus or focuses, that are basically priorities, content priorities on which we decide to focus the attention for that year. You can find them this year. We have the one only thematic focus that is called Skills for Quality Jobs and Lives. Despite having only one thematic focus this year, it has a different areas that it covers. So if you want to know more, there is a blog post on it on EPALE. I will link it in the chat right after I'm finished, so that you can have a look at it. And if you want to start drafting content, you can have a look at it beforehand, so that you can see which is the thematic priority for this year. In general, as I was saying, every year they change. Last year we had 3 thematic focuses. So it's important that the content is aligned with them. respecting a sort of coherency within the platform for that year. Also, creating content aligned with the thematic focus for that year increases its visibility and gives it a chance to be selected and further promoted or included in one of the what we call resource kits. If you're not familiar with this term, they are basically curated collections of content on specific topics. I will now leave the floor to my colleague Flor that will continue with the next steps that you can find in the contributor guidelines, and will link you the page of the thematic focus for this year in the chat. Of course, if you have questions, I'm happy to reply either here or via chat also.
Yes,
The floor is
thank
yours,
you.
Flor.
Thank you, Gianluca. I see that there are already some questions. Maybe we can finish this presentation and then answer, because I also think that some of the points I will deal with may answer already some questions. Okay, so if you can please go to the next slide. Okay, I'm going to talk about the language. So you can upload your content in English, but also on any other language. There are 32 languages on EPALE. And we actually encourage you to use your national language, because the English version is very crowded, because of course it's used as a common language, but so we in the guidelines we suggest using English only if your content really has transnational relevance. So, for example, that it emphasizes EU policies, or that it has cross-border exchange potential. In other cases, if it's a very local event, of course, it's good to keep it in your local language. Okay, so I will now talk about the content format. I see that there had been a question about this. So you can choose the right format in which you want to upload your content. So blog posts are usually the longest format. It is thought for offering insights and ideas on specific topics. So it can be, for example, opinion articles presenting professional perspectives, or reflections starting from concrete practices and European projects. So, for example, we have many participants that share results from their Erasmus Plus project, for example, reflections, research. So it's a good place to share such reflections. We have also some sometimes academic research-based articles, interviews with experts, or also personal stories that shed light on broader themes. So yes, stories can have their places on EPALE, of course, if it's presented with the right context. So here to never forget who you're talking to. Maybe people don't know about your organization, so it's good also always to give a context in your stories and news and blogs. So news, on the other hand, give a more spotted information. So it can be, for example, the launch of a project, a kickoff, a closure. It can regard also institutional initiatives and policies, or recent developments in adult learning and education. It's usually a format that is a bit shorter than blog posts. So we also have resources that are so very specific resources as the name indicates it. And so they can be, for example, MOOCs or open education resources, handbooks, toolkits. But also, I know that Erasmus Plus projects can be very creative, so they can be also card decks or videos and so on. And so another format that is possible to fruit on EPALE is the events to propose online and in-person learning opportunities. So I'd say that that's all for content format. Very important, the
I'm
image.
sorry, I have
Yes.
question. I'm sorry that I disturb. I have question about handbook. So for instance, if I have project from adult education and we have in that project as a result handbook, I can submit, apply, I can publish in this corner.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. If you wish, you can also have a news or a blog that tells about the project.
Yeah, this
generally.
I know. I use blog, not I didn't use news, but I didn't know about handbook. But where I can where I can publish handbook in the blog section? No.
No, in the resources section.
Okay.
So we can share the link of these two. So yes, there is a specific
perfect.
section.
Yes, it's actually, you know, on the menu is under
I
the
didn't
learn
know.
under the learn section, there is the resource center where you can, of course, browse all the resources, but also upload your own resources. So yes, indeed, in case of an handbook, the perfect place will be the resource. I will put also the link in the chat right away.
And please, if it's possible, please give me somebody mail address. If I have problem with this resources section, there I can write and ask about help. Is it
Sure.
possible?
Yes.
Yeah. We already. I will put the email, of course.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, you can always write to the help desk for these questions. So going back to images and visuals, you know that you probably know that your content will have more visibility if it has a visual impact. So we really recommend you to add an image to your blogs or news and or resources, but above all for blogs and news. So there is a recommended size that corresponds to the right dimension of the web page. So it's 800 per 420 pixels. It's important that it doesn't have to be exact, but if it's really too small, then the image cannot be seen correctly. So you, as Matilde showed in the content submission form, you have to indicate if the image is your own work or if you have a license. So you have to be authorized to use this the image you're using, obviously, and you have to attribute the author or the source. In cases in which you produce your own image, but that you use the support of an AI tool, we recommend that you write this in the author field. So you can just write your name, but also leave your name, but add that it has been elaborated with the support of an AI tool. So that leads me to my next point, that is copyrights and ethics. So obviously you must respect the intellectual property for the text and the image. So what you post must be original content or if you mention someone else's work, you have to give the proper attribution, respect copyright and fair use, and declare the use of AI if applicable. So that's a point of the guidelines. So I already talked about images. If you use AI to generate your texts, we highly recommend to mention it so it can be simply in the body text field. In the bottom, you can write a very short sentence saying that AI has been used to draft or to edit or to generate this article, and potentially provide the name of the tool if you wish. But the important thing is to mention that it has been used for transparency purposes. So I think that we said everything. So now it's your turn. So you can take action. Your contribution matters. We are very happy to read your contributions. So we're waiting for your content, to share your expertise, support the adult learning community, increase the impact of your work. And that's it. So thank you very much for listening. And we will now make our best to answer all the questions if there are any. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Flora. So there was actually a question. Of course, if you have questions, feel free to raise your hand or write in the chat. There was a question. Just let me. There was a question about can one post relevant stories, for example, an event already organized on the blog section? What do you think, Flora? I think that
yes, absolutely. Yes, I would say that the important thing is always to link it with maybe adult education questions, so to make it relevant for other adult educators that are reading. But absolutely, your experiences have all their place on EPALE.
Yes, indeed, and also there was some question related also to disseminate Erasmus Plus project result on EPALE. I think you, Flora, already said this, but I will just share my screen to showing to you one of the recent news. So basically, yes, you know that there are blog posts, news, resources, but as both Flora and Matilde showed to you, now the content can be, tagged as content coming from Erasmus Plus project. In that case, if the content is about an Erasmus Plus project, we inserted this new section right in the home page, like Erasmus Plus for Adult Education. And if you click here, you will see all the content related to Erasmus Plus project, so directly from the home page without having to go to the blog or to the news or to the resource. You will have all the content related to the Erasmus Plus project listed here in this new page. Okay. We have a question by Apet. Please, Apet. I see that you raised your hand.
Hello.
You can open. Hello.
Hello. May I ask something? So that there is this new section about Erasmus. So if we want to publish or to upload some news about our Erasmus project, you recommend us to use this section? Is like a new content section, or we have to choose from this four type of content, and
yes,
this is
you can still choose. Let's say that you want to write a blog post about your Erasmus Plus project, so you can start writing the blog post, then you have an option to flag this post as Erasmus Plus. So if you flag it as Erasmus Plus, the content will go under this section. In any case, since many of you also asked this, the content are also reviewed by us, the Central Support Service, for what concern English content, and by the National Support Service for what concern local content. And when we do this review, we will also see, maybe if you forgot to add the Erasmus Plus tag, but we review the content and we see that it's about an Erasmus Plus project, we will take care of that. So if you forgot to do this, we will take care of putting the content in the right as Erasmus Plus, so it is listed together all the Erasmus Plus content.
I was showing to her where's the flag in the content form. In the step 4, you will find this box, and if it's an Erasmus Plus content related post, you can flag this, and it will go directly in the Erasmus Plus section.
Okay, good.
Thank you very much. It's very clear. And last question. We have these 4 different type of contents. Do you think that we have to opt for one more than for the other? If you know that there is some content that is more crowded and we have to choose another, so to have more space. Is this any case, or we have to choose from where one of the 4 without any problem? I think that, for example, news, I think that many people would like to post on news, for example. I don't know if for resources or for blog posts would be the case.
So this, of course, also depends on which language you are writing. Of course, as Flor was saying, in English, in the English, we have around 20% of all the content of the EPALE. We're talking about thousands and thousands of content per month. In any case, blog and news have more or less the same amount of content items. Okay, events and resources have a little bit less, but of course, events is for promoting a specific event that still need to happen. Okay, and resources is in any case more for content that has also like attachment, like handbook, PDF, or video. Moreover, since we implemented the Erasmus Plus section, also we are able to actually free a little bit the blog and the news section, because all content related to Erasmus goes under a specific section. So I don't think there is, especially after this new section about Erasmus, I don't think there is a problem of visibility. And this especially if you are publishing in your national language. In the English, yes, we have many content, but we are distributing them if there are Erasmus in the Erasmus section. But news and blog are actually used at the same level. Okay, so I would stick to if you are publishing actually a news article, something maybe brief that talks about something happening right now, I will use the news. I will use the blog if it is more a more in-depth like article talking about a specific topic. We have also, content can also be browsed by themes. So if you also use the specific, if you tag your content with specific theme, your content will be found also more easily. So I don't think that there are sections that are more visible than other, because especially between blog and news, they are the same. I hope I replied to this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Then yes, all our time is almost finished, but if there are still some questions, we can remain here. In the meantime, I would like to remind you a few things also in the chat. So basically, we will publish the recording of this webinar, so you will be able to rewatch it again. And we will also publish the presentation. So I will say that next week we will publish an article on EPALE with the recording and the presentation, and you will also receive an email once it's published. So you will not need to check on EPALE, but I hope you do. But you will receive also, the participant will receive also an email. I'm also asking you to take a little bit of time and provide us with a feedback about this webinar so we can improve the next edition of this webinar. I put the link in the chat. And also, because someone also asked in the previous edition, if you need a certificate of participation, write to us an email, and we will provide you with a certificate of participation in case you need it for work or other reason. Okay, and I think that's it for today. I mean, we hope we have been clear as much as possible. We still don't know when there will be another edition of the EPALE Corner webinar, but I hope soon. In the meantime, you know, for every issue you may have, I repeat, you can contact the help desk email. Okay, Matilda is behind the help desk email, so she will be happy to reply to your question. Or if you also prefer to communicate in your own language, you can also contact your national support service. Okay, I will put also, you know, the link on EPALE where you can find your national support service, because on each Erasmus Plus affiliated country we have a national support service ready also to assist you in your language and for maybe for specific topic related to your country. Okay. So thanks a lot. If there are no other questions, yes, I see Lisa. Okay, please, Lisa.
I'm sorry, that was a mistake. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I think that that's a wrap for today. Thanks again for being with us. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you next time.
Bye.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.